Hello. Now that I have my coffee, it seems like the right time to finally actually chat. You've gone through my morning routine with me. You've already seen one outfit change. If you're wondering why, it's because of course I spilled some of my smoothie on my white shirt, which, you know, what is new? And I'm going to give you a little intro into what we're going to be doing today. Can you tell? This is why I didn't talk earlier, because I still feel like my brain is moving at the speed of a literal snail. Also, you can probably hear this. I'm by my little electric fireplace, so sorry if you can hear that background noise, but it feels so good. I don't like having smoothies in the morning. I don't usually, but I wasn't feeling super hungry, so I'm like, well, I need to make sure I have something, and I think smoothies are just such good ways to pack in a lot of stuff to make sure you're really nourishing yourself even when you're feeling that way, and Brian wanted it, so basically that's what that came to. But why we are here is because today I'm going to be showing you a dietitian day in the life that runs her own business and is in private practice, but also is in a little bit less of like a traditional private practice setup. So I don't take like a bunch of one-on-one clients and run my business in that way. I have nothing wrong with it. It's amazing, but I have a little bit different setup, and I'm also building on that right now. So you're coming in at quite an exciting time because there have been a lot of changes. This is the onboarding week for my new program, Live Unrestricted. This is a time where I have so many different things that we're implementing, planning on, free challenges, new products, launches, and I think it's going to be a really enjoyable time to kind of walk through all of this with you guys. Within today, I know for a fact I have a meeting with my business coach. I have multiple consults that I'm doing with people talking about Live Unrestricted. And also I am planning out this free challenge that we're going to be doing. So we'll be going through all of that, and then also just all the random things that come up throughout the day, especially during a launch. I know I need to post some of my last stories about the fact that bookings are closing here soon. But I'm gonna let this seep into my brain and my veins more effectively so that then I can communicate more clearly than I have in this initial clip. Hello, Alexis. Hopefully you don't hate voice messages. If you do, just let me know and I won't send them. But thank you so much for explaining, and this makes a ton of sense, feeling like there are those safe foods, and then also kind of that struggle with, you guys need to see this.
It's Chuckets.
Wow. We are so happy. No. No.
2, 3, 4.
Leave him. He was so happy with it. Yeah, he's a comfy boy. Now we're chewing on it. So happy. So happy.
What is it that you desire and you haven't succeeded at yet? Divide and conquer, give yourself time, and divide your plan into small pieces. After each victory, you will feel uplifted and ready to do more.
Ah!
I hope that was on camera. I have everything I need within myself. Just believe in yourself and allow yourself to grow. You have within you all the resources you need. And
These are our cards for the week. We pull one of these. These are cards we pull each day. And then we read this book every day too.
Don't get me reading.
Fine.
It's like reading out loud in class.
Oh my god. So I actually just had a client text me. I've been trying, had to reschedule with this, not a client, actually a consult. Potential client messaged me. She had to cancel last night. We've had to reschedule like 2 times, and she can make it work at 9 a.m. this morning, this time that we're talking about right now. So I've just rescheduled it, and I am jumping on to a consult with her now. Hello. How's your day going so far? I mean, it's early, so the day is young.
Launch energy, which is I'm recognizing that this launch, it ain't over till it's over, and it's not done until the bell rings at the final hour, the last second. And there's a ton of people who are circulating the orbit who do not buy it until the very last second. There is a considerable amount of sales psychology involved in people being like, oh shit, I'm gonna get it at the last minute, on something that they've been marinating on, right? They need that little bit of that, like, which is why people put end times on launches, or one of the reasons. And you're in this space of fear, which is okay, right? You're metabolizing it, you're working through it, you're a human, you're going to have these emotions. And that's one of the things that we're here for, is to support you through these types of things. And so the fact that you're having a lot of this fear and a lot of this 3D, like, how are we gonna do?
Okay, very sorry because I left you hanging for a bit. Also, I don't have like professional YouTube things that I need to get. So I'm basically balancing you on a mouthwash bottle. Always a good choice. So as you can see, I did bathe myself. And I'm getting ready before I have another consult. Since you last saw me, which was on a consult call, I have also done my call with my business coach. I wanted to record some of that for you guys, but we went straight from the consult into the business coaching, and I actually have something to share with you guys about this specifically that I think you guys will think is really, really interesting. So this girl that I did a consult with, she ended up signing up, which I am so excited, so proud of her. And it was a hard decision for her because of all the things that her, you know, the negative voice in her head was trying to tell her. It wasn't the pricing or the setup, but it was the fact that this voice in her head, which I often call the ED voice, but it doesn't have to be the ED voice, you know, is saying, you don't need this, you're fine, she's gonna try to take away XYZ, you know, it will kind of tell you anything to try to get you not to do something that can help you. And this isn't my quote, but it does totally pertain here. It's like something screams the loudest when it's about to die, and that's kind of what happens. And that's something that I always have to keep in mind on my consult calls when I'm talking with people, which is why I do a consult with every single person that is interested in working and live unrestricted or doing one-on-ones, because it's very important. It's important that we help people feel heard, and that also we have a chance to talk through these fears. Because otherwise, you know, when you're on your own and you don't have someone to talk through it, and you feel like you're the only one that experiences this, it's very, very hard to really push past the fear. And that's basically what was coming up for her really strongly. And something that we've been trying to experiment with continuously is, you know, what do the calls look like? What's the length of the calls? And this is one of the things about owning your own business that's really interesting, is like, right when you think you have something figured out, you often have to change it depending on what's going on in the world, depending on what your clients need, depending on the products that you have. So we used to do this system, and I'll include a podcast episode where I explained all these back-end changes that we made in my business. But we used to do a system where we had a longer application form, and then we had people from there book a call once they submitted the application. And the calls were only 20 minutes long because we had a lot of info from them from the application. That worked really well for a while, but recently I started to evaluate that, and I just didn't think it made sense. So then we changed it so they didn't have to do an application before. They just automatically book a call. And then from there, they are, you know, I chat with them and on a 30-minute call. But we've been trying this out, and we're like, oh, I don't know. I feel like maybe we need even more time. And so we actually, and this started a moment ago. I mean, basically what I was literally just messaging with my team right after this call, we've decided we're going to move the calls to 45 minutes because I just think that we need more time. We have so much to talk about. And so anyways, it's just, the whole point of this is to share that owning a business is continually shifting to make sure that you're meeting the needs of the client. At least if you're a mission-based business. You know, a lot of people just think about the money, which yes, if you are making a living from your business, money is important, but that's not ever what drives me. It's always what can help the client, and any monetary abundance that comes in from that is just a gift that I get from helping someone, you know, because I truly believe that it will change their life, this program. Ugh, my skin is struggling lately and I do not know what happened. It was literally doing so well and then all of a sudden it just changes. But the beauty is that now at the point I'm at, I don't think, oh my gosh, did I eat something bad? Do I need to take out this? I'm just like, well, I've been stressed. That's probably what it is, because it's usually what it is, and I can't do anything about it. And that's fine, you know? Well, I hope you enjoyed this little makeup routine and chat. Okay, I just ate lunch and forgot to bring you. I then cried at a TikTok, and now I'm getting on a coaching call, one of my group coaching calls, a part of my business program. So that's what we're doing next. That's what we're doing frickin' next.
We are gonna start with celebrations. So you can, and Mallory, I'm gonna start with you just because you brought that up. So if you want to unmute, that's perfect, or you could type it in. It doesn't matter. I would love to know, what are you celebrating in this moment right now? And that could be as simple as I'm breathing, and so I'm celebrating that. Or it can be as big as, you know, I just landed the best freaking client ever. Would love to know, what are you celebrating in this moment right now?
I think two things. I am celebrating all of the clients that I have in my launch and the ones that I think are going to come in, which is really incredible. But something I was also working on after my call with Jamie is actually celebrating things that haven't even happened yet too. Like being in the air of celebrating, like, well, I just feel like this launch has actually crushed it and I've gotten all the clients that I've wanted, and I've never really been comfortable doing that before. So I've also been trying to step into that and living in that way. We have officially changed again. The sweatpants are out. I also cannot seem to find good lighting anywhere, and then these glasses are the worst. I have one more consult today, and then after that I want to do a little chat with you guys. I'm feeling, I don't know if you can tell, I'm feeling low energy. I feel like I started to wane in that coaching call, and I'm just gonna try to show up as my absolute best for this consult. Coming at you from a different angle because I want to show you some of the behind the scenes of this 30-day challenge that we're hoping to do. This is a document between me and my business coach, just kind of like a accumulation of a bunch of different things. So that's why you see like mass mutes and posting. But she's also doing a little audit for me. And within this, I talk a little bit about the 30-day challenge. So you can see some of these ideas here. Again, we're not sure if we're going to be doing any of these ideas yet. But the whole point of this is, number one, always to help people, right? And thinking of new, exciting, fun ways to do so. Number two, we want to start to build a community that's off of social media, and this would be off of social media. I've been talking to a lot of people I really admire, and a lot of people that are doing consults with me and stuff that are just saying, you know, I need a break, which makes so much sense. And then number three, we want to do this to hopefully showcase to some people, build trust with me, build trust with my team, and hopefully showcase to some people like, oh, maybe I do need some extra support. And some people won't, right? That's totally fine. The point of this is not just to have people then buy something from us, but we also do, what I'm always thinking about is, how can I help people the most possible? And sometimes the most I can help them and all they need is a free challenge. And sometimes what they really need is to do something like LU or to do one-on-one coaching or something like that. So this is part of our planning. I also have a whole offer suite layout. If you were to click here, and it lays out all of our different offers we're trying to build. We're trying to kind of reform things right now because really I just have LU and some different tiers to it. So that's all a part of this. So this is in the beginning phases. We also have a setup in ClickUp, which is my project management area that has this all written out and then assigned to different people too.
YouTubeception.
Hello there. I feel like I should turn off this fireplace in the back. You see, not very well. My camera lighting has been very off. Let me turn this off. That way you won't hear buzzing the whole time. I don't know about you, but those type of sounds drive me nuts. Okay, I actually ended up having like a little shorter of a consult, just because, you know, the nature of offering free consults is that sometimes you get on and someone either didn't understand the pricing when you sent it to them afterwards. You know, this happens oftentimes with conversion rates in different places, you know, from the US to somewhere else, or someone just kind of wants to chat with you. And to me, I always take that as a positive. I would never get annoyed by that because I feel very grateful that anyone would even take the time to chat with me. But, you know, from a business perspective, it can be a little bit of a bummer when you go on really excited about how this program could be. My dog Milo is right here, if you hear him sneezing. How this program could be such a good fit for them, and then you realize that they're not able to do it. And you know, that's always a little bit of a bummer. But great consults today with people that signed up, and then other consults where people end up, you know, not signing up, and that is what it is. But I came on to share a little bit about what I've been talking about with my business coach earlier today that I didn't get to record, and then you saw the group call later. I have every other week calls with the main person, the head business coach, and then I'm also in a group, and there are resources, and then there are 2 other supporting coaches, and so they each run group coaching calls as well 3 times a month. So yeah, it's been a really good experience so far. I think I may have already said this earlier. That's the hard thing about recording in a day, is I forget, but you do not need to have a business coach. There was a lot of time that I haven't had a business coach in almost 1.5 years, but as we've been making some recent changes to my business that I've described, I just really was looking for some support to kind of take it to the next level. So I just don't want you to think that you have to do that. But to give you an insight on what I was talking about with my business coach, I'm currently, when I'm recording this, in the midst of a launch for LU. It's almost done. When this will be up, it will be officially finished. So launch periods, they're hard. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, they're hard, you know? I think that the realities of being in business that people don't talk about when you do mainly group coaching, but even if you do one-on-one coaching, it's just, you are essentially, when you're doing a launch, you are trying to secure. Is Otis, are you carrying your toy? Oh my gosh, can you guys see that? Come here. That's so cute. It can be a lot because you're essentially not only wanting to get in a certain amount of people when it's a group like mine, right? It's a live group. So you want to get in more than 2 people into a live group, and you usually have kind of ideal numbers in your head of how large you would want that group to be. You know, if it's a product that people don't interact all together, it's a lot less pressuring. Same thing with one-on-one coaching. You know, you don't have to be trying to hit this certain number, and you can kind of do so continuously where you keep it open. But with the group, you know, there's a start date, you're trying to get people in, and also you never know what income is going to look like, because, you know, for us, we always make sure we have payment plans, and there's other than just the pay in full option. And so you don't know how many people will pay in full, how many people will pay over time. If a lot of people pay in full, then what are our next months going to look like in terms of income? If a lot of people pay over a payment plan, what is this month going to look like with income? And it just will heighten every single insecurity you have, every question that you have in your mind. It will be a period of so much growth, but it's also challenging. It really is, even though it's so fun at the end of it, because I mean, the group of women I have in LU, oh my gosh, they're amazing. And that is what I do it for, is helping people. But even when you're in the business of helping people and it's also your well-being, that can also be very hard, because realistically, you know, in order to survive, you have to make an income, but you're helping people and you want to be understanding of that people don't just have millions of dollars laying around. So anyways, I'm saying things that people know, but with my business coach, going back to the original reason why I was making this, we were talking about what it is that I want to feel. And I want to feel that we have consistency with income, to feel safety, because you know, when your income is so variable, it's like you could feel like, well, I don't know how I'm gonna pay rent in the next couple months or whatever it may be. And I'm in a very lucky position with my business that I've had much success, but there are always these ebbs and flows. And so it's all about being able to mentally create that for yourself, being able to celebrate even when things look differently than you thought, being able to provide yourself with safety, being able to be comfortable in the unknown. And then we also talked tangible things of how are we creating that through the end of this launch? How am I showing up during these periods of times, not only strategically, you know, but also in general. And so yeah, there's a lot of things that go into it. I don't want to ramble on too long. I don't know how I've already been talking for 6 minutes. But if you guys have questions about this, please let me know. And I hope that you enjoyed this, you know, business day in the life of a dietitian. Oh, that's cute. The dad running and the kid biking. I am happy to make more of these if you guys do enjoy them. I'd love to hear any things you want to see on my channel. You can comment them down below if you're willing. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Maybe hit that subscribe button if you're new here. And yeah, ask me. It'd be kind of fun to do a Q&A. So if you have questions, feel free to ask them down below. Maybe we'll do a Q&A. Yeah. All right. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.